And we are joined now by Democratic Senator Jeff Merkley of Oregon. Thank you so much for joining us, Senator. We'll get to the shutdown in a moment. But first, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem arrived in Portland today. This, of course, comes as the Trump administration's move to deploy National Guard was blocked. He may now invoke the Insurrection Act. Have you had any personal dialogue with the administration about the plans to deploy the National Guard?
No, we have not gotten the phone calls returned. And even the governor has often gotten information very late after it's happened. So there's no cooperation with local officials. And be very clear, the federalization of the National Guard has to meet a test, and that is there an invasion? Is there a rebellion? And a rebellion is an organized, sizable, armed threat against the government. Well, there is absolutely nothing like that. And that's why the district court said you can't federalize, you can't bring them in. And there's a very similar test for the Insurrection Act, which would be an incredible line to cross to send military into our cities.
Let's talk about the shutdown now. The message from Republicans we've spoken to all week continues to be Republicans voted for clean continuing resolutions time and time again during the Biden presidency, and Democrats did back in March. They want Democrats to vote to open the government, then negotiate over Affordable Care Act cuts. What's the hesitation in doing that?
Actually, what the Republicans voted for when the Democrats were in charge were a bipartisan continuing resolution, carefully negotiated over many months of effort, addressing concerns of both parties. This has instead been a Republicans our way or the highway. Absolute refusal to engage. Well, this is day 18 of the Republicans in the House not even bothering to come to Washington, D.C. They're like, we so much don't want to negotiate. We don't want to be found in the same city. This is the attitude of absolute refusal to work together to address this major Republican shutdown over their savaging health care for millions of Americans.
Both sides are playing the political blame game with the shutdown. Today, President Trump suggested furloughed workers may not get back pay. Congress passed a law after the 2018 shutdown to ensure that they do get pay. But as you know, many are relying on those paychecks for essentials. What's your message to them tonight?
Well, it's terrible what the Republicans are doing to the nation. First of all, they got the health care, and then the president says, the law says you'll still be paid if you're furloughed, but, well, you know what? We may not pay you anyway. This is lawlessness. I mean, 4 days ago, the Office of Management Budget was citing that people would be paid. It was up on the website of the Speaker of the House. Every article, every lawyer, everyone understood the 2019 law was in effect. That law was signed by President Trump. His commentary that he can decide who was paid and not paid is his way of threatening workers. And remember what the strategy was that Russell Vought, who is now head of OMB, talked about when he was developing the plan for this administration. He said, I want to traumatize federal workers. I want them not because they are viewed as villains. Well, this is the traumatization of workers, just as Russell Vought promised. It is a horrendous assault on the hardworking people of the United States.
Small regional airports are going to lose funding starting on Sunday. That could impact dozens of small Oregon communities. Republicans, as you know, control every lever of government. Even with these increasing impacts, are you and Democrats still planning to continue holding firm?
We are going to fight for the American people because since the president came in and in inauguration, he had all those billionaires standing behind him. It's been a families lose, billionaires win agenda. Well, that agenda may be fine for the billionaires. They got a massive tax break. But the Republicans cut health care to fund tax breaks for billionaires. They cut child nutrition to fund tax breaks, and they added $30 trillion, an estimated $30 trillion to the national debt over the next 30 years to fund tax breaks for billionaires. If you want a billionaire's agenda, the Republicans have it for you. But we are fighting for the American people, for their health care, and people are going to start getting their notices. Some already getting them of the increases for next year. On many insurance policies, it's going to be well into the double digits. And on insurance policies bought on the exchange, it's expected to average a doubling of costs across the country because of the tax credits that were taken away by the Republicans. It turns out they like tax credits for the billionaires, but they took them away for ordinary working people.
Senator Merkley, we thank you so much for your time and insight. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Linsey. Thanks.